Hello everyone. Mars Mangala entered into his exaltation sign of Capricorn. Happens only every 2 years on Feb the 6th. And he's going to be there right up until March the 15th. This is a very seminal transit. Many people get success, achievement in some area of their life, but there's another side to the transit. Sometimes you have to give up on something completely. Is it dead in the dust? You will find out during this time. If you're new to my channel, check it out and sub below if you would like to. And most importantly, let me tell you why I'm a little bit late posting this video. It's a slightly different style to what I normally post for my regular viewers. So yes, it's more like a podcast style. There's going to be no charts, nothing on the screen, but this slide. Basically, what's happened, everyone? I've been sick. Oh my goodness, everybody. I've been so ill and I'm still not recovered. Sorry to tell you. I'm not supposed to do screen work at all, but I'm doing very, very basic stuff. So I hope this will be good because what is not basic is the information I'm going to give you. Let's learn about Mangala in his exaltation state. Why is he exalted in this sign? And what does it mean from your moon and ascendant? Oh, and by the way, everyone, I won't be able to respond to your comments as I love to do. I can't even read them, but please post them below. I will always appreciate them, as you know. Let's understand then, why does Mangala exalt in Capricorn? I did Western astrology for decades and I went very, very deeply into it. I could never understand this. Why on earth do these Vedic astrologers exalt a fire planet in an earth sign? Well, because they know what's really going on. That's why. Because Capricorn is the graveyard. It's the swampy, marshy places beside a river. It's the sign of the crocodile. It's Makra. So no, it's not mountainous areas. That's Aquarius. There's some confusion gone on over many, many hundreds of years, I think, coming down to this modern astrology. So basically, Mangala is exalting in this riverside burning body place or cemetery, however you want to look at it. Capricorn is the end of the karmas. That's the thing. So basically, why is he so happy? Because all the bodies are dead. He's Kartikeya. He's the general of the army of the gods, everybody. Generals cannot be successful unless they are surrounded by dead bodies, right? That's a fact. Sagittarius, sign before, is the battlefield. Now it's all over and Mangala is the victor. So basically what's happening is that victory, success comes to many people in this time. But it's dead bodies. It's a destruction of something which you had hoped for, some people. But it's not a bad thing. Mangala makes you see, and this is according to your sign, of course, only, that something cannot be achieved. It was a complete waste of time. So you just give it up. You have the strength. Mangala gives strength. Don't forget, Mars gives strength to walk away from a no-win situation. This time, however, there's a little bit of complication on this riverside crematorium, if you like, because what's happening is that Mercury and Venus are there as well. They are in Capricorn during most of this transit. But Mercury and Venus, everybody, are irritants to Mars. He wants them out of the way. Go away, go away. I don't want you hanging around. This is a general feeling of too much going on, too much busyness, too much irritation going on. Venus gets by Mars. Relationships go a bit strange now during this time as well. There can be sudden attractions, but watch them carefully. They are not what they seem. Venus-Mars is infatuation, but it's not a simple situation. Venus is infatuated, but Mars is not. Mars is a celibate warrior. So amid this success, achievement, there is some, let's say, possibility of sexual digressions, or is some possibility of business going a bit mad because Mercury represents business. There can be marvelous business opportunities, though, according to your chart, if this is well placed to your ascendant. And Venus wants to party. Venus wants pleasure. I mean, pleasure in the graveyard. Let's get real. Okay, everybody, let's face it. It's an irritating situation for Mars. So victory is there. Many people, but it's not a smooth one. That's the thing. But on the positive side, despite the irritation challenges of this victorious and decisive transit, everybody, Mangala has a fourth aspect onto Guru, who is in his sign, who is in Aries. So there's a definite optimism. There's a forward factor here. There's a future possibilities opening up. Maybe can't grasp them just yet, but you can see possibilities far beyond this situation. Mars Jupiter here shows that you will actually make the best of any decision which you make now. And on the world stage, many conflicts going on. There's going to be some victory, some sense of something has been won, something has been concluded, but it's not an easy thing because Mercury, Mars irritates. Sorry, I've not got the ability now to look up charts. I've just explained to you at the beginning of the video why that is, but that's the general scenario. Victory, success, but a little bit of irritation, or you just say no more, thank you, I'm out of here. Let's read for all the signs, everyone. Don't forget, we're using a sidereal zodiac, not a Western tropical chart. You won't get the right signs, and it's for your moon and ascendant sign both. So for Aries moon, Aries ascendant, wow, what can I say? Your Lord is Mars and he's exalted. You will be exalted during this transit. He's in your 10th house. You can get career success. You can leave a job. Just go away from it now. You've no bones about it. You've had enough. You are confident about your future. You get what you want and you move towards it in your career. Of course, check what I've said already, beginning of the video. There's a few complications because Mercury, Venus is there. But still, this is your Lord making a decisive breakthrough. So it's a very successful time, very powerful. Make the most of this time, definitely, because Mars gives you decisiveness. Now, Aries are decisive, but they're a little bit impulsive as well. This time, you see future possibilities extremely clearly, and that's a good thing. Mars aspects your 4th house. You could move home. You could change major domestic situation in a very positive way. There will be some irritation, but it's still going to be good. And Mars aspects by its 8th aspect, the 5th house. Now, here's a bit of a challenging thing. If you've got kids, you're going to be a bit harsh. You're going to be really coming down on them with a really disciplined thing. This is how it's got to be. No bones about it. You could have conflict with your children during this time. Or you have to help them. You need to rescue them because they have got themselves into a fix. They may be sick occasionally, but they've got into a bad situation and you've got to come to the rescue. Mangala is the emergency worker, don't forget, but don't be afraid of it. Mangala is strong here. He's going to do good in many areas of your life. It's a good transit. I forgot to say for also students among you, Mangala aspects 4th house and 5th house. This is decisive change in your education going to happen now. You will leave the course, start the course, start something different, do something different. Big shakeups happen in your education scenario, many of you, and it's absolutely going to be fine. Don't become afraid of this change. For Taurus moon ascendant, now Mangala has gone into your 9th house. That's a good thing because in the 8th house, he could have perhaps given you health concerns, difficulties, a little bit of trauma there. But now he's going to re-energize your sense of direction. And Mangala is in the 9th house of the law. So some of you, legal cases now become very, very prominent. For students, it's a big deal because Mangala is in the actual house of higher education. You're going to become a bit irritated on the course, a bit fast-paced on the course, wanting to do everything quick. Calm down. Why? Because Capricorn is your Baddeka house, did you know? He's your obstacle house. So slower that you take things, Taurus. Don't charge in there like a bull in a china shop. Take it easy and you will become victorious here. You will get resolution, but take it slow. Best advice, don't make rash decisions because Mongol is never easy for you. Take it easy, take advice. Every single thing which you do during this Mars Capricorn transit Taurus, take advice. Why? Because Mongol aspects third house. You need to communicate. You need to speak with people. You've been in your shell a little bit, haven't you? With this Mongol Sagittarius transit just gone. You've got to come out of that shell and you must communicate. The strange thing is that Mongol is aspecting 12th house. You've got some secret plans now. You've got something up your sleeve. Don't be too sneaky about it. Be honest, be open. Mars works far better when he's upfront about everything, believe me. You may have hospital concerns, health issues as well because of Mongol's aspect onto the 12th house, but he is strong. He's going to give you definite good resolution. Finally, Mars is in the house of travel. Some of you may be moving around a lot, but Mercury, Venus there's a lot of irritation on your journeys. And the 8th aspect of change Mongol makes is to your 4th house. It's a mess, sort it out. Put the energy into your home and your domestic affairs. You'll be feeling far happier. For Gemini, Moon and Ascendant, Mongol and Mars rules your 11th house of gain, but your 6th house of conflict. So maybe interviews don't go expected direction. You change your mind. You say, no, I don't want this job anymore. Many of you make decisive changes into your future ambitions. That's a good thing. Check beginning of the video. Mongler is success, or you give up on some course of action which you need to let go. That's absolutely fine in individual cases because it's a transformation of your direction, this transit. Family finances may be up in the air. There could be conflicts about wills, legacies, all of these things occasionally, or your savings accounts are just not working out. Make changes, but take advice. You may be having major issues with your siblings, some of you. This can be any sibling. It can be older sibling, younger sibling, because both 11th and 3rd house are impacted. They may be sick or there may be conflict. They may need a lot of your time. So don't get into some deep argument situations. Be there for them. Gemini's siblings are important to you. It's your karmic destiny. And if it's not siblings, it'll be family concerns, cousins, etc. Watch your health. There can be sudden health concerns. Watch what you are eating. You can eat something that doesn't agree with you, commonly seen because Mongler aspects 2nd house of food. Good news, Mongler is in the house of occult study. His natural house is the 8th house. Don't forget, 1st house, 8th house. So those of you studying occult subjects, astrology, do very well. Students, researchers get excellent results during this period. For Cancer Moon and Cancer Ascendant both, wow, what a breakthrough time this is, but it's going to be a little bit shaky to begin with. You're going to make progress though. Cooperate with other people. Why do I say this? Because Mars, Mongol is in the 7th house in a Modern Akataka position, but still he's in a victory situation. What a strange thing. He's in the actual house where he dies, if you like, but he is a very good planet for you. He's your Yoga Karaka, brings you to greatness, gives you good opportunities. But he's in this difficult house, but still he's in the actual house of his victory. We have to unpick this a little bit carefully for you. This affects relationships and business people. Business people, you will make a dramatic change now, but it's not coming from you. It's actually coming from the business marketplace situation or your business partner. So something about your business situation has to die, has to be let go of, and then you can have victory. So make the changes necessary. Don't become insecure. Don't become agitated about it. Go with the flow. There can be profit. New marketplace opportunities also, because Mars aspects the 11th house of gain. Even for self-employed people, it can be a big chance to revitalize business through these opportunities. If you are not self-employed though, you may have interview possibilities, but be cautious here because Mars is in 7th house. What you are seeing about the job may not be what it actually is. Relationships, it's going to be a little bit heavy. Mercury, Venus, and Mangala are in your 7th house. Some of you may decide, I don't want this relationship anymore, and you just go. You could actually do that during this transit. Or somebody else decides, I don't want the relationship. But look, it's not happening overnight. This has been something ongoing for some time. But those are extremes. They're not going to happen every 2 years that Mangala gets into Capricorn. Let's be real here. But you will have conflicts with your spouse, with your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend now, because they are being aggressive. They are being decisive, but they still need you to cooperate. Don't forget. So meet them halfway. That's the thing. Meet every relationship challenge halfway. Don't hide away in your shell, Cancer shell, hiding your emotions, hiding your feelings. When there is any relationship crisis, you hide away. Be careful. A Mangala aspects your 1st house. Get yourself fitter now, healthier now. Take changes in your diet. Definitely do things differently. You can sort out health concerns. Get a new consultation if you've got long-term health issues. 7th house is about consulting experts. It can be very, very good now. A whole new scenario opens before you. For Leo Moon and Leo Ascendant both. Wow, talk about victory. Talk about defeating the enemies. Talking about getting on top of your problems. What a fantastic transit this is for you. Mangala loves to be in this 6th house where he's going to be during this month or so. He's going to give you fantastic solutions to your health issues, to your conflict, to your legal situations. You will come out the absolute victor. Have no doubt about it. So if you've got legal affairs, you will win the case. If you've got complications with your co-workers, with the boss, because it aspects 9th house, which is actually the boss himself, you will come out on top. You might have some harsh words spoken, might be a little bit fraught at times. Take it easy. Don't be too demanding. Don't be too dominating, Leo. You're going to win. Have no fear. But Mars does bring agitation even when he's exalted. You could have sudden mishaps, accidents occasionally. Pets could also have some concerns if you should have them. But whatever it is, you will get the right solution. You will sort it all out very, very swiftly. But despite all this success, prominence, gain coming to you, definitely, as I say, or if I didn't say it, interviews go very, very well. You defeat all the competitors in any interview situation, by the way, Leo. You're being secretive because Mars aspects 12th house. You're keeping something up your sleeve. Be cautious. It could make some people a little bit suspicious of you. Try to be open, forthright. You will absolutely lose nothing by this in this powerful position of Mangala in your 6th house. So for Virgo Moon and Virgo Ascendant both, what happens when Mangala goes into your 5th house? Well, it gets quite exciting actually, but not the sort of typical situations you like. It's a risk-taking situation, so you'll be acting out Virgonian Moon and Ascendant in a very atypical way for Virgos. You won't be so organized, you won't be so disciplined, but you'll be in a sort of agitated state actually. See, Mangala's in a risk-taking mood. He's in his victory sign, exaltation in your 5th house. 5th house is about fun, laughter. It's about creativity for sure, and it's definitely about taking a risk. So the first scenario, because your Lord, don't forget, Mercury is with Mangala here. Check the beginning of the video. I spoke about that, and Venus as well. If you are in any romantic situation or searching for romantic partners, some very interesting scenarios can develop in this transit. There could be sudden attractions, infatuations, this sort of thing definitely. Or you could make a big change in an ongoing romantic relationship. If you are a business person, new opportunities come up, broadening of your business base, because Mangala aspects from its exaltation state the 8th house of business. Watch for the risk-taking though. Speculative gain can be there. As I say, it's a risky situation and Virgos don't normally take these sort of risks, but it can go well or it could be a little bit not as you expected. But I can't say anything because Mongol is going to really rev you up into a state of excitement at all of these opportunities. What can I say? If you have kids, well, they're going to be going a little bit crazy now. They're going to be perhaps having achievement, success, though, some of them, and that's a fantastic thing. But they could also be getting themselves into a little bit of a fix as well. Your Lord Mercury here, you can become quickly irritated by your children during this period. Hold tight. If you are a creative person in any form, music, art, writing, whatever it is, actor, actress, anything, you will get successful opportunities now. You will have a real surge of creativity, of originality. Go with this. It can be very successful. Extremely socially active time though, but you're setting yourself aside from your group, from your friendship network circles now. You want to absolutely do things independently. For a student, it's a hard-working but exciting time. You could become distracted from the course by these romantic opportunities I've just spoken about, or you're just doing things differently, enjoying the course, most of you, enjoying learning during this time. Mongol aspects 12th house, you're a little bit secretive, but you're actually doing things the way you want to do them at last. As I say, becoming very independent, very self-willed, Virgo. During this time, all of you students get a lot of good research work done because of Mars aspect onto the secretive 12th house. You may have traveled, some of you, foreign lands, or you connect deeply to people from foreign lands, as I say. And definitely occult study, astrology, Mars rules, all of these go very, very well. You get completely inspired by this subject during this time. For Libra, Moon and Ascendant both. Now, when your Lord Venus is meeting with this exalted Mongol in the 4th house, all sorts of domestic shifts, changes, even new vehicles of any sort, cars, bikes, motorbikes, anything, come into your life. You're ready for revolutionary changes, but it all depends on agreement with other people. With Venus in your 4th house, you're going to be fired up to beautify the home, change the home, decorate the home, just revamp the whole situation. But Mars, partner to yourself, or he actually represents anybody who you actually live with in your home, has got different ideas how it should go. So a little bit of conflict, agitation around these domestic changes or home moves even are definitely going to happen. So expect some conflict about domestic changes, moves, purchases, anything about home life. It's going to be a bit stressful, but it will be resolved well in the end. Why? Because Mongol is in exaltation. Mars is your business lord. You could start a whole new business enterprise working from home. Definitely could be seen many of you during this time. Mars aspects 10th house. You're making domestic changes to get progress in your career. It's a very active, sociable time, but not an easy time for you because Mongol aspects 11th house, friendship network circles. Friends are having health problems, difficulties, financial problems, anything such as that, and they need your help, your advice. And this is going to definitely take up quite a lot of your time during this period. And students make definite domestic changes now because Mars, Venus are in the general house of your education. But it can be a little bit conflictual, as I say. You may end up living with a really irritating person for a while. Calm down, it will work out fine. These changes give you good future prospects because Mars aspects the 10th house. For Scorpio moon and Scorpio ascendant both, wow, your Lord is Mongol and Mongol is exalted. You are exalted in some definite plan, purpose. You're going to get great success. You can have job interview success. You can get yourself out of a very sticky financial mess. You can clear up debt and you can definitely sort out a very difficult workplace situation, especially involving colleagues. See, third house is a very good place for Mangala. It's the actual house of weapons, fighting, and Mangala is the army general, fighter. So you are going to be coming out fighting now, not literally fighting, not in a physical way, hopefully, but you're going to be fighting with your words. Once again, be careful that you do not go over the top. That's the one risk factor here. You will communicate things to other people you've not spoken about before during this time. You will be forthright and completely transparent. You lose all of your doubts and fears, basically. You become almost fearless during this transit, full of confidence. You exude confidence and people pick up on it. So naturally, as I say, interviews go very well generally, and any sort of conflict resolution, you can sort it by your forthright honesty now. If you have any sort of presentation to do, by the way, it will go extremely well. Lots of run-ins with your siblings could occur, but your Lord exalted, you will sort out difficult, long-standing conflicts, misunderstandings with them, and that's a good thing. They could be having problems though. They may actually need your help. Even emergency situations could develop occasionally, but that's not generally seen. Fantastic time for students, great learning, some conflicts with your father, some of you with your teachers, mentors, but generally you are forthright. You are saying what you do not understand on this course. I don't get it, help me. And so by putting this energy forward, you will get all the help you need. So a fantastic time for students. Another factor, Venus. Your seventh lord conjuncts with Mars in the third house. You can get conflict resolution also with your spouse, some of you, or you could have new infatuation. Romantic attractions could spring up suddenly, especially when you're traveling. And Mangala's sixth house aspect helps you get rid of health concerns, health issues bugging you for some time. If your pets get some issues, they will get sorted as well. Sixth house represents pets. So it's a very positive phase for you, Scorpio, Moon and Ascendant. Make the most of these positive energies. Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant. Mangala has gone into your second house, exalted. You're going to have financial success, financial rewards, many of you during this time. But the second house is a bit of a tricky situation for Mangala. Mangala is actually protective of family life, but he does increase conflict sometimes a little bit when he's in second house with your family members. There's a lot going on this month or so with them, and some of it will be a little bit conflictual. You see, Mangala is your 12th house lord. It's all about your unconscious motivation sometimes. And when he's in this house of speech, your speech gets a little bit out of control. Now, Sagittarians often just blurt things out without thinking. You will have this habit. But when Mangala is in second house by transit, it can go over the top. Watch what you say, particularly family circle. Words once spoken are hard to take back. You don't mean harm, but things just come out the wrong way. So be a bit cautious around your speech during this time. It's a good time for business people though. Investment portfolio goes very, very well because Mangala is your fifth house lord. He brings you fortune, monetary fortune, perhaps even some speculative gains. Some of you, stock market, etc. It is possible. But of course, I've just explained to you, Mangala is not alone in your second house. Venus, your sixth house lord, is with him. So that's why there's a little bit of family conflict, upset. There could be legal issues coming to a big crescendo now. Generally though, Mangala exalted will give you fortune here, but still not without conflict. Watch your food intake during this time especially. Venus rules digestion as he rules the sixth house of your chart. And Mangala's aspect to the fifth house shows that you're trying to control factors around children who may be actually doing very well now because Jupiter is there. Mangala aspecting Jupiter, fourth aspect is great for you though, isn't it? This is your Lord. You're getting power of determination now. Students get fantastic studying now, really good results. Now, Mangala aspects ninth house now. There could be some definite conflicts with your father, with your teachers, gurus perhaps, people who are mentors to you occasionally. You're being very strident about how you want to have things in your life. You're not listening to anyone's advice during this Mangala transit, that's for sure. Students should be careful though about changing the course, making big changes now, because Mercury is with Mangala, the fifth house lord, and they are not friends to each other. Wait until at least Mars gets into the next sign, and then you can make changes you want. But enjoy the education now. Your Lord, fifth house, it continues to be a fantastic time for learning. Capricorn moon ascendant, Mangala is exalting in your ascendant or your moon sign, but you know it's a very strange situation because he is not a friend to your Lord Shani. Does this mean you've been defeated? Not exactly, no. You're going to get very powerful results, but something has to be given up. Something will come into your experience that you realize finally is never going to work during this transit. But Mongol is strong with the moon and strong in ascendant. He's going to make you into a little bit of a risk taker. Capricorn, make calculated risks only. Never anything that is not calculated. But you could go a little over the top here. Mercury, Venus are pushing you to do something different during the transit. It's a very sociable time for you, definitely pushing out boundaries. Mars is your 11th house lord. New friendships, associations come into your experience who are very, very helpful to you long term. Even old friends come actually unexpectedly, perhaps sometimes, back into your life. You have to make big decisions now about friends. Who do you want to associate with and who do you not? And it's very important if you have interviews or new job situation on the cards. You may get new job, promotion, new income. All of these things can potentially come into your experience with this Mangala first house transit, but you may give up on some goal. You may decide that actually it's not worth the effort, something you've been pushing for so long. Either way, you're looking in a brand new direction. Mars gives you purpose, sense of direction. You make good decisions really when you have Mangala exalted in your ascendant. It's a very active and restless transit. From ascendant, you get fitness levels right up. You are really going for it to improve health and fitness, definitely. But from the moon, you become agitated emotionally, a little bit on edge. That's the thing. Now, Mars aspects fourth house, where you have Jupiter transiting, very good. You can move home now. You can get property deals. You can get the house you've been looking for, flat, apartment, whatever it is. You make a big domestic change quickly and easily, some of you, during the transit. It's a leaving the past behind though time, because Mangala aspects 8th house as well. So you're definitely not staying in the same rut. It's a very motivating transit for all Capricorn, moon and ascendant. For Aquarius, moon, Aquarius ascendant, wow, be careful during this transit. Mangala is exalted in the 12th house of your chart. You're lacking direction right now, unsure about your future. See, Mars is your 3rd house lord. He doesn't always work well for you. He's an enemy to Rahu, your lord, and Saturn, your lord. And when he's behind moon, when he's behind ascendant, he makes you worried and agitated, very much on edge. Stay calm. There is a very positive side, but don't make big decisions during this time. See, Mangala here gives you a real push to escape. Now, you can do this positively. Students, research students, fantastic time. Time alone, secluded study, you will get so much work done. It will be unbelievable. You see, you may be traveling now, some of you, foreign lands or distant places even. You've got this real urge to get away from it all, definitely. It can be good, but you won't be satisfied when you actually get there, because Mars makes you personally dissatisfied. But you will find satisfaction in pilgrimage, contemplation, religious study, and definitely some of you Jyotish or astrology study, very, very strong here. Mars represents astrology. Listen to your siblings. They could have good advice for you, particularly younger siblings during this time. Be careful with your speech. You could communicate impulsively in a fiery and agitated way, upsetting many people around you. Particularly watch your relationships, Aquarius, because Mangala's 8th aspect goes to the 7th house or relationship. You're trying to help your partner, but they may not see it that way. So hands off a little bit, just relax. Don't put too much pressure onto your spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend during this period. Watch for secret behind the scenes business dealings and underhand things. You'll be tempted to them now because Mars aspects 8th aspect onto the 7th house business dealings, marketplace opportunities. You may not be seeing the true picture now. Don't push too hard now. Listen to your business partner just like spouse. Don't really do anything quickly and impulsively now. That's the clue. Then you'll be fine. And Mars looks straight on to your 6th house. Health issues, hospitalization, sometimes even operations. Some of you might need them now, but they will go well for you. Why? Because Mars is exalted. So take care of your health. Don't stress too much. Don't let all the little details of life overwhelm you that they may tend to do during this time. For Pisces moon, Pisces ascendant, wow, this is a great transit for you, everyone. Why? Because Mongol has gone into a house he loves to be in, and he's exalted as well, of course, in the 11th house of your chart. You're not a pushy person, Pisces, but you've got to push ahead now. Job interviews, go for them. Promotion, put in for it. Do anything which you have to do to push out the boat now. Gains, business gains, definitely. Speculative gains occasionally because Mars aspects 5th house. Definitely, it's a money coming in rather than money going out time. So push out the boat, be ambitious. Don't forget, Mongol aspects 2nd house. So you can shore up financial future very, very well, most of you, during this very, very brief period. But there's another side to this whole transit. You're very proactive socially now. You'll be making contact with many people you've perhaps not made contact with for some time. Some of you, friendship circles, network circles, expanding, very, very social time. Even romantic opportunities, should you be seeking them, come from these network circles or sometimes colleague circles. It's a time for Pisces to be assertive on many fronts of your life. Definitely legal issues clear up now. Legal concerns clear up completely if you should have them, because Mongol aspects 6th house of your chart. And health issues. You take a proactive stance, finding consultation, medical help, medical intervention should you need it. And this will work out really well indeed. If you've got issues in your colleague, workplace situation, you can sort that out again. Once again, it's about proactive action, saying the truth, being forthright, being really clear with people. Then you will find people come over to your side, most definitely. Hope the video was good for you all, everyone. Don't forget to sub below if you're new to my channel. Goodbye for now. God bless you all.